Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Harmony Gardening. I'm Kristen, and today we are going to be taming this jungle in the backyard. This has become so overgrown back here. I should have taken care of it a long time ago. It's too much. I'm getting attacked by the plants. What we're going to do today is we're going to trim up the lilac bush. We're finally going to fix the trellis back here. I mean, the rope that we have is starting to break, and we've got some raspberries growing on here. I need to take care of all this. Plus, all below me, the bricks have fallen over. There's weeds growing everywhere. This area needs to be more usable, and I'm going to show you how I manage an overgrown garden. The first thing that we need to tackle back here is the raspberries. And we had talked about in some other videos how we're going to take care of this. And we're going to put a couple more of these arms on, up high and down low. We're going to start out with the ones down low first because these plants haven't gotten tall enough to really need the ones up high yet. And then all of this, we're going to change for, what is that stuff called, Donnie? It's not baling wire. Baling wire. I always want to call it baling twine. Baling wire instead of string, because this breaks, and as you can see, it has a lot of give in it where the wire won't. Our other raspberry trellis is working great that we used it on, so we're going to do the same thing here. But to be able to clean up the rest of this, we first have to tame the raspberries, and we're going to do a quick time lapse to show you what we're doing.
So I made some more arms to match these old ones. Pre-drilled all the holes just to have them ready, and I've already started installing this one. And we're going to do one row low, and then I'm going to have to make 4 more for up high later on. Maybe I'll do that this afternoon.
We don't need the ones up high yet because the raspberries aren't that tall, but there is a lot more growth down low this year, so that's why we made the ones down low.
All right. That one.
And if you need to, you can always wear gloves when you're dealing with raspberries.
I just couldn't find mine.
And we also trimmed back the raspberries on this end to give Donnie a little bit more room to work. Now, we'll just install the rest of them, and we are going to trim up the raspberry bush. We'll be back after a quick time lapse.
So here's the wire we're going to use, the baling wire.
Baling twine.
Baling twine. So I guess we're going to start at the top first.
I think we need to start at the top first because this keeps smacking us in the head as we're trying to work. And I think that we need to hold the higher stuff up first. So we're going to start up top. When you're doing this, hopefully it's not going to look like this. We should have done this a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But we're going to start up top, and what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap the wire through. I'll have Donnie show you that. And just kind of wrap it around and twist it together. And then we're going to go all the way across, and we're just going to string it all out and cut it at the end, and then we'll go through all of these. And then we're also going to make some cross patterns that we'll show you here in a moment. Once we've got all that done, we'll be right back. We put in the first wire, and even after just doing that little bit, it looks so much better over here. I cannot wait to get the rest of it done. We'll be right back.
So we noticed when we were pulling the wires through here, it was like pulling the arms together. So we're gonna put some cross braces in to keep everything straight.
Yeah.
Kristen's gonna give me a hand with that. Okay, you ready? Just like there?
I think so. I can barely reach.
Okay.
Oh, I think I need a ladder.
It'll be quick. And of course, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Now, this is going to be outside in the weather. Does not need to be perfect.
You see, I had to drill through a big knot right here. So I'm going to leave these screws kind of proud so it doesn't shatter the top of this 2x4. Then I have to replace the whole thing, and that wouldn't be good.
No, we don't want to do that.
And then, you know, it's just got to hold up a raspberry bush. You don't got to be pretty.
No, like I said, everything in our garden is rustic. So it's okay if the trellis is a little bit rustic too. That's why we don't stay anything, and we kind of let it weather naturally. And with the wire coming through here, it's putting so much more tension that with everything going in, I was afraid that was going to become a problem later on.
Yeah.
So we fixed it. Well, Donnie fixed it. I sort of helped.
All right, I'm going to mark another 2x4 and keep on going.
This looks so much better. I can actually walk over here now. I am going to do a little bit more fine tuning on this as far as trimming this up a little bit more, making sure that everything is inside the wires. But I love this. This is amazing. This is how it should have been originally. Our next task that we're going to be tackling is the lilac bush. It is hanging so far out that I can't walk through here, and I could last year. So it's really gotten a lot heavier, and I just need to trim this up. One thing you want to keep in mind when you're pruning shrubs is you only want to take 25% of the shrub when you prune it up. So I'm going to be pretty limited on how much I can actually take out of here, but I know that I need to take anything that's hanging in the path out, and I can also trim it up from the bottom as well. Anything that's in the back near the fence, I don't need to take off. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how far back I could take this one off. And I think I'm going to end up having to take most of it off. So that's a pretty good chunk. So I'm just going to trace it down back as far as I can. And ooh, I need my other pruners. Anyways, I got to get my other pruners, and we'll be right back after I'm done doing this. Oh, it is getting hot out here fast. This is why I have my garden in the backyard, is because it gets so much sun. I've taken out quite a few of the branches in here, and we took them all the way down to the ground, but now it's time to shape this up. And what is touching me? Oh, there's grass and everything else. I'm like, is that a spider? No. All right. Moving on. I wanted to show you how I shape this. Now I want all of the branches to be growing up. I don't want them hanging like this one's hanging here. So what I'm going to do is, this is the branch that's hanging, but this one is growing up, and that is what I want. So I'm just going to take that one out. And you want to make sure that you do it at an angle so that when the water hits that cut edge, it just flows off of it. Because if you leave it flat, the water will get in there and it'll have a chance to rot. Not quite as much on shrubs as with trees, but I try to practice the same thing with trees as I do with my shrubs. So you could see that I still can't walk through here, so I still need to take out more. So this branch is going straight, and this one is going this way. So we're just going to take that out too. And you can see this one, it's sticking straight out. So I trace it back to the original branch, and I take it all the way out. Now you can see that there's a whole bunch more room, But I do have some suckers down here, which are the new growth, and I can go ahead and trim those out completely, and it won't hurt the shrub. But I'm going to just trim this all the way up here. There's a broken branch in the back, and then we should be done with this. We finally got done with this area behind the house. We finished trimming up the lilac, and I know it looks like we probably took out more than 25%, but we only took out 3 large branches, and then we just trimmed up this bottom area, and it looks so much better. We can actually clean back here and walk past it now. We also got all of this cleaned up where the raspberries are at. I made sure that I put every single one of them behind the wire and behind our new top rail, and it looks so much better. And look at this. I can actually walk over here. I am so excited. And now that I can actually see this area, I cleaned up my shelf too. I had some huge weeds growing out of here, and I found some onions. I don't water these. I do not know how they were surviving. So I dug the onions out and I transplanted them to a different part of the yard. We also weeded all of this walkway against the fence and on the other side. So it's all cleaned up. Donnie got out the blower and blew all the leaves out of here. So it looks so much better. And we bought some new peppers. And I went ahead and I planted all of those. They're jalapenos. Now, normally I've told you before I don't need to stake these, but these are so floppy. I've never seen jalapenos as floppy before. I had to stake them, and I had to put some of the tomato clips on them, because if I didn't, they flopped all the way over. But you can see that the other ones that we've bought have been fine. So I'm not exactly sure why they're like that. Maybe they just grew too fast, but they're green. They're a lot larger than our other ones. But these are all the ones that are left over that hadn't died. And I think this looks so much better. And we put mulch down too. Our drip irrigation, we've tried it, and it's plugged. The water that we get is from the river, and so it has a lot of like moss in it, and it's, you know, full of dirt, and it plugged this. So what we're going to do is going to get an air compressor, and we're going to try to blow out the line and see if that helps. I don't know if it will or not, but we've got to try. And we also planted some nasturtiums here in the middle, and I had to replant half of this bed. You can see all the empty areas. I only got a couple of carrots to come up, and only a couple of the beets came up. So I think I'm dealing with an issue where I'm trying to save my seeds too long, and they are just getting old and they're just not viable anymore. So I'll have to be purchasing quite a few seeds next year. But I did have some beets that were fine, and I had a new bag of, well, not bag of carrots, a packet of seeds that I gotten for free when I placed my Baker Creek order. So I went ahead and planted those, and we'll keep these well watered. I have not watered tonight, so the soil's a little bit dry. But when I planted the peppers, it was fine. So I really love this area, and I think that it is going to be much nicer to be able to walk through here and not have to worry about trying to get past the big, huge bumblebees, the wasps, the regular honeybees, and there's crickets in there too. I can hear them chirping. But this is what we did in probably just a couple of hours. I think we definitely kind of tamed this jungle that we had back here, and where we severely neglected it. I'm really excited to have this nice and done. I think I've said that a few times now. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. We have over 130 videos by the time this one comes up on our channel. So go back and check them out. I've made a whole bunch of playlists for you. So happy gardening, everyone. Here, I'll just shoot a picture of the cat. There we go. Here, we can watch the cat while Donnie's opening the box of screws. Hi, Socks. Oh, she's enjoying being outside. Look at those. Does that feel good? Yes. Yeah. All right.